Theodoros Kalotinis just dropped 3 new summer gourmands, and I have been testing them for the past few days, and I've got to say, all 3 bring something really fun to the table. But there is the thing, I already have a lot of tropical fruity scents in my collection that I genuinely love. So instead of just reviewing the new ones in a vacuum, I thought, let's do something more fun. Let's put them next to my favorites and see how they compare. So, Theodoros Kalotinis, and if you have been in the Frecom for a minute, you know that this house has been making waves with their hyper-realistic gourmands. We are talking about scents that smell exactly like lemon tart, like an apple pie or cinnamon rolls or coffee. And now they turned their attention to summer finally. 3 new releases: Banane de Coco, Mango Colada, and Granita Neroli. 2 are EDPs at the 45 euros range and 1 extrait at 150. I've been testing them for the past few days and honestly, they are really well done. Each brings something different to the table. But before I compare, I'm bringing in 3 of my ride or die tropical fruity scents. Sunset Hour from Goldfield Banks Sunplosion from Simone Andreoli, and Tropikalys Karma from Lorenzo Pazzaglia. So let's start with the most playful one, which is going to be Banane de Coco. And this is the extrait, 150 euros for 50 ml. So we are firmly in niche territory. So it features the notes of banana, coconut, vanilla, and caramelized sugar. Now, let me spray this. When I first sprayed this, I genuinely loved because it smells exactly like those Laffy Taffy banana candies. You know, the ones that are super sweet, artificially delicious, and it doesn't smell like real banana at all, but you still love it. I love it. And that's the opening of this perfume. It's quite thick, playful, and there's this creamy, almost milky quality running through it that makes it feel like melted banana ice cream. You may think, okay, that sounds like a gimmick I'd wear once to a barbecue and forget about it. However, I would say the dry down actually shifts in a way that it makes this fragrance a bit more wearable than the opening. As it settles, the coconut takes the center stage and the banana becomes more of a whisper. You get this creamy coconut vanilla base that reminds me also slightly of Banana Rush from Juliette Hezegan, but without any frangipani or floral quality. Just straight up gourmand. That said, I have to be honest, while I do really enjoy this, for 150 euros, I personally need a touch more sophistication to justify this price point. It's the scent equivalent of wearing, flip-flops to a beach party. It's perfect for the right moment and genuinely fun, but you're not taking it to a fancy dinner. If you are a die-hard banana gourmand lover, though, this might be your dream. All 3 Theodoros Kalotinis launches are solid. This one just happens to be the most playful and specific of the bunch. Okay, so moving from banana to mango. And this one is the one that I was genuinely the most excited about. It's Mango Colada. It's one of the EDPs, 45 euros for 50 ml, and features the notes of Alfonso mango from India, white rum, coconut cream, and Madagascar vanilla. So let's spray this one as well. We will smell very tropical today. So Kalotinis actually built this fragrance around that Alfonso mangoes specifically, which, if you know mangoes, are considered the gold standard. And you can tell the difference. The mango here is realistic. It's ripe, but there is this slight tanginess that stops it from going full smoothie like. The coconut comes through more like coconut water than coconut cream for me. So it's lighter, more refreshing than Banane de Coco. And that white rum, it gives this cocktail-like vibe that just screams vacation. You know, feet in the sand, someone is handing you a drink, you don't have any responsibilities. It's light-hearted. It's not trying to be deep. And you may think this sounds perfect, so what's the catch? And honestly, the catch is that it stays in this light-hearted lane the whole time. It doesn't evolve or surprise you after the opening. If you want a more complex or more sophisticated mango, then still Cruz del Sur 2 from Zerjov is the one. But you're also paying the Zerjov prices. For 45 euros, Mango Colada delivers exactly what it promises. A happy, juicy, tropical mango moment. But let's move to the one that completely stole my heart. It's Granita Neroli. And this one was the one I didn't even want to get first. And it ended up being my absolute favorite out of the three. Also, this is also an EDP, also 45 euros, featuring the notes of granita ice, limoncello, neroli, and sugar. Now, if you have ever had granita, it's a semi-frozen dessert made out of sugar, water, and some flavorings. And it's like a slushy, right? It's refreshing and it's light. And that is exactly the texture of this perfume that it captures. The opening is this sparkling, zesty burst of limoncello and citrus. So it almost as bright that it tingles, and then the neroli blooms in and gives this sophisticated, slightly green floral lift that elevates it beyond the lemon sugar scent. The sugary base keeps it firmly in the gourmand territory, but it never gets too heavy. It's more like the more bougie vacation in a bottle. I clearly remember the first time I sprayed this, and I was at my desk. It was one of those rather warm Dutch summer days when we get maybe 5 or 10 a year. However, this time we got much more. And I just kept smelling my wrist, and I was like, yeah, it's just so good. This is it. So if you are planning to pick up only one of the new Theodoros Kalotinis summer launches, in my opinion, this is going to be the one. But before I bring in my three tropical favorites, if you're enjoying this and want more fragrance content from me, hit that subscribe button. It genuinely helps the channel and you won't miss the next round of new releases. Now, let's talk about the scents that set the bar for me. Now, before these Theodoros Kalotinis launches even existed, there were tropical fruity scents that already had my whole heart. And Sunset Hour from Goldfield Banks is absolutely one of them. This Australian niche house draws inspiration from the Australian landscape, and Sunset Hour captures, that moment in Broome when the sun dips below the Indian Ocean. Beautiful. The notes feature Australian desert peach, pear, raspberry, jasmine, salty caramel, vanilla, benzoin, and sandalwood. Now, this perfume is just a joy in a bottle. The desert peach is the star. It's softer and more honeyed than a regular peach, and the jasmine gives it this delicate floral lift without pulling it into full-blown floral territory. Then underneath you get that salty caramel note, keeping things interesting. It is fruity, uplifting, and perfectly captures the energy of, wrapping up a day at the beach. You may think, okay, but how does it perform? And I'm gonna be honest, on my skin, this one is quite fleeting. It doesn't really project loudly, and it doesn't last like 8 hours. However, I would say not every summer perfume needs to be a beast. Sometimes you want something that sits closer, something that you can reapply and enjoy also the ritual of. On a really hot day, a softer scent can actually be a blessing. I know that it has now also a dark peach version of it, but I have to admit, I'm terrified of smelling it. If it is a woody or too ambery peach, I am going to be so disappointed. And then we also have Sunplosion from Simone Andreoli. And if you have watched my channel for a while, then you have heard me mention this one, I think even multiple times. Because to me, this is the ultimate summer scent. It features the notes of mango, guava, coconut water, lime, hibiscus, and white sandalwood. And the way these notes are blended is just, yeah, chef's kiss. The mango and the guava will hit you first, juicy, mouth-watering, tropical explosion, and then the lime cuts through and keeps it, from going too sweet. The coconut water gives it that vacation in a glass quality without any heaviness, and the hibiscus adds this soft, almost tea-like floral note in the background that makes everything feel polished. The white sandalwood base ties it in all together with a little staying power. So many people in the community prefer Leisure in Paradise, and look, I enjoy Leisure in Paradise, but Sunplosion. Sunplosion is the one I reach for every single time. I think it's brighter, it's juicier, it's more energetic. It's a summer cocktail on a rooftop versus summer cocktail at a resort, let's put it this way. Both are great, but one just hits different for me. I clearly remember wearing this on a trip to Hungary last summer, visiting family, and my cousin stopped mid-conversation and said, "What are you wearing? You smell like vacation." And that is exactly what it is. Bottled vacation energy. I will never not have this bottle in my collection. And finally, the big closer, which is going to be Tropikalys Karma from Lorenzo Pazzaglia. If you are not familiar with this Italian niche house, they are known for bold, artistic, sometimes completely unhinged compositions. And Tropikalys Karma is no exception. It features a lot of notes. Okay, so starfruit, mango, pineapple, papaya, coconut, apple, and grapefruit in the top, and then moving to banana, melon, milk, mango, peach, lychee, and mulberry in the heart. Okay, that's it. So it's a lot. But hey, it works. So if Sunplosion is a summer cocktail, then Tropikalys Karma is a tropical fruit milkshake made with every single fruit in the market. It's thicker, it's creamier, it's more indulgent. There is this milky, smooth quality that wraps around all those fruits, but not too heavy, not too cloying at all. More like a smoothie bowl on a hot day, refreshing and satisfying at the same time. I can the best describe it as what would happen if Power of You, Sunplosion, Herba Pura, and Banane de Coco had a baby. It has the tropical fruit explosion from Sunplosion, the creamy sweetness of Power of You, and the tiny whisper of that Herba Pura DNA, and that playful gourmand vibe of Banane de Coco. And it's all the goodness you need for a vacation, or honestly, just to feel you were on a vacation. So, are the new Theodoros Kalotinis summer gourmands better than the tropical favorites I already had? And here is where I land. Granita Neroli? Yes, 100%. It earned its place. Mango Colada is a solid, affordable option, but Sunplosion still wears the mango crown for me. And Banane de Coco is fun and playful, I genuinely enjoy it, but Tropikalys Karma does the creamy tropical fruit with much more depth that justifies the investment. So, if I have to pick my personal top 3 for summer 2026, Granita Neroli for that sparkling Mediterranean summer moment, then Sunplosion for pure tropical joy, and Tropikalys Karma when I want to go all in. But now I want to hear from you. Have you tried any of these new Theodoros Kalotinis launches yet? And what's your favorite tropical fruity perfume that you reach for every summer? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely love discovering new ones from you. If you enjoy this, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And until then, just keep on smelling good and feeling good. Bye bye.